Welcome back to the Daily Function. I am your host, Terrell Sattler. Happy New Year. This is officially the first show of the month. Hope you all ended your 2022 year well and hopefully having a great start this year with it already being the end of the month. For those that are new and even those who are returning listeners, thank you so much for tuning into the Daily Function today. The Daily Function, of course, is a hip-hop, rap, R&B, and soul talk show that I have been doing for the last year and a half. It's great seeing how much my show has changed and grown since starting back during my freshman year in college. Now, I truly like describing my talk show as a place where I could bring people on and talk about music, favorite artists, best songs, and how that affects them or their beliefs or whatever it may be. The whole thing behind the Daily Function is to bring a taste of hip-hop, rap, and R&B/soul to UCM The Beat. This year, the Daily Function will be aired from 7 p.m., 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays on UCM The Beat. Repeating, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays on UCM The Beat. The link is in the bio and on my social media at Terrell.Sattler. With that being said, enough hearing me talk. We have a special guest here. Welcome, Mr. Isaac Roberson, a.k.a. Thomas Archer, in his film, Head of the Snake.
What's up, my guy? Thanks for having me on today, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's great having you on, man.
Yeah, man. It's man. It's been fun.
It's been fun. It's been fun. All right, let everybody know because I believe this is your first time actually on the Daily Function. So start off with your name, major or occupation, and your favorite hobby.
Okay, so my name is Isaac Roberson. My occupation is film directing.
Okay.
I like creating films. Translating a storyline on the screen. That's real fun. And my favorite hobby is, I'm a boring guy, You
boring?
My favorite thing to do is basically sit and watch TV shows or movies or something like that, I'm an iPad kid.
Nothing is wrong with that at all.
I'm an iPad kid. I don't go out much. I just sit back and then, watch some videos or something. That's what I do.
Sounds like a cool life to me. Hey, I don't blame you. So you mentioned film director. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Is that your passion?
Yes, it is my passion. My dream job is to one day become a film director. That's the goal. This last past semester was my first production that I've actually done. I've had I've had things that didn't go through in the past, and they finally did. So it was a good experience.
Yeah, and when you say that, let the viewers and listeners know. What is it? What are you talking about? The Head of the Snake.
Yes, Head of the Snake on YouTube. Head of the Snake, created by me and you and so our friends. It was a fun experience. It was some long nights, some hard nights, but we got it done.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of the finished product. There is some things that need to get better. But that's a part of going through the motion, going through it. It's gonna be better next time around. We're just getting our feet wet. So it was fun though. It was a recreation of my favorite TV show, Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And we had fun with it, and I think it was a good way for me to finally have something that I'd done on screen.
And this was a great startup because like you said, I was a part of that. It was great being a part of that with you. We had our tough moments. It was times where we had to film outside in 20 degrees or what it felt like -5 degrees weather.
It was tough.
And it was just brutal. I had moments where I was like, man, why am I out here again?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
So what'd you say?
No, but it was a good experience too, like you said, there was hard moments, but at the end, those are things that we can build off on and learn. And, with those things, like I said earlier, there's things that didn't go out and things I want to do better. We look at those things and see, okay, what went wrong? What can we do next time to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Or just to make it, what can we tweak to make it better in the future? So, experience, it was our experience. We had our experience, and now we can look back on it and analyze it and make something better, a better product in the future.
Most definitely. Just to go off on top of what you were saying, us doing that film just led us. This is a good example of where we need to start at for the next film that we got coming up. Yeah. That you're going to talk a little bit more about. With what are some future goals, upcoming projects, and what do you have in the works? I know you mentioned Cobra Kai and your thing with recreating scenes and episodes from Cobra Kai. Just kind of walk through us briefly about what we got in the works for the future. Let everybody know.
So 2 things in particular. One, we're going to do one more recreation scene of an episode of Cobra Kai. It's going to be the school. It's going to be a big brawl, teenage drama, love storyline like that. It's going to escalate to a big brawl on the first day of school. That's from season 2, episode 10.
Okay.
It's just a lot of chaos and mayhem on the first day of school. So we're gonna do one more thing of Cobra Kai, and then they'll take care of this semester. And when we come back in the fall of 23, we're going to have an original thing that I wrote and took a lot of hard work with. And over the summer, I'm going to make sure we have everything for that. That's another reason why we're not doing it this semester.
Okay.
It's a lot of materials that we need. Older cast, and just it's a lot of more things that are required than a recursion episode, So this summer is me working on it, tweaking the script a little bit, making sure we have all the materials and all that things. And that film will be about, it's called Saturday Detention. It's about 3 close friends get penalized for for their past actions to a detention. And, their detention comes finally, and it's a laid back detention. It's like, we're just doing work. The teacher's cool. It was actually, a good experience in the detention. It was like really laid back, just doing work, talking, socializing. Seems cool. And then once it's over, the teacher locks the door. They don't know it though. They kind of they try to walk out.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, it's time to go. Why is it not locked? And then from that moment, he flips the script. Like I said, in the actual detention, he was cool, socializing, laughing. And when it's over, they're locked in there, and he turns crazy, starts yelling, and sit down, all this. And, he totally flips the script. So he holds them hostage, and their plan is to get out and escape. But this guy's crazy. So we'll see if they escape, what happens. Every time I mention this story to people, they mention Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. I was finna get straight to it. I was like,
Breakfast Club. And what's crazy is when I pitch this to people, I pitch this because, this was something that happened, a year back. And every time I pitch it to somebody, they were like, it's kind of like Breakfast Club, right? And I was like, I've never seen Breakfast Club in my life. I've heard about it. I've heard about the podcast too. They have like a little talk show.
Oh, the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and God. And,
so
DJ
I'm like, I've never watched it. So I kept hearing that. So I watched some scenes on YouTube, and it's a bit similar. It's just the one the teacher in my film was going to be over the top and more, more scary than
this
that
is
guy.
going to be like more of a horror/thriller type of take on the Breakfast Club, and then also just like your own way with the Breakfast Club, because like you said, like you never heard of this movie, or even though it's funny because when you explained it to me originally, I was like Breakfast Club, like you said, everybody says
everyone says that,
and you said, I never seen it.
Everybody,
I never seen it.
Man.
But I'm looking forward to working with that. Most definitely, we got the whole summer, and you got plenty of time, and we're gonna get that out. No need to rush that.
Yeah,
because
it's all a process.
When they come out, we're gonna make sure that's good for everybody.
We're gonna make sure everything from now on, everything we do, we're gonna make sure it's better. It's
better.
Got a crew and all that stuff.
That's how we set ourselves up for success.
Yes.
But since we're talking about like the future and what you have in the works these upcoming months and years, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be when it comes to anything like revolving around like what films and production you have out?
Ideally, in 5 years, I would like to see myself, in the beginning stages of, well, let's say middle stage of getting actually recognized for my work. So like say that I direct a short film on YouTube, and it gets like something like close to 1 million views, something like that, where publicity really, shows me, So I think in about 5 years, I would like to make something that is popular around the world, or not even the world, but just it's a trending thing, that, he might know or she might know,
just getting that recognition.
It's a recognition thing for me, and I can build off that, and it's all about growing and marketing. So I want to create something that it gives me publicity, and I can build on that, and once that happened, over and over again, me creating something over and over again, it's just easier. So that's ideally where I see myself in 5 years, just making something and, building, getting publicity from it.
That's a start for sure, man. And with the work I've seen from you, you most definitely are going to be able to get to that point.
Thank you.
And it's just so much stuff that you have in store that you haven't even shown nobody. Like you have scripts, you have more stuff planned, and scripts built up like nobody knows about.
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy. That's what makes like a good director to me. Like you have hidden gems that you can't show off to people. And like starting from there, from all those categories of like scripts that you got pre-made or meditated, like you got stuff in the works, and it's gonna most definitely come to light one day. So I'm looking forward to that. And with that, I want to also bring it to the point with music. Let's kind of talk some music with this whole idea of you being a director. Does this genre of music relate to you towards your career, and like what role that might take to becoming, you know, a great director?
Well, I would say yes, because as a film director, I want to do a lot of genres. You know, I don't want to be one-dimensional in creating things in film directing. So, you know, I want to one day make a movie about maybe something like the hood, or per se, you know, or something like that, or just, you know, maybe black culture. You know, hip hop is big in black culture. You know,
most definitely.
You know, I think using hip hop, you know, in the background music, or getting a hip hop playlist, or, you know, just a hip hop based movie is will be beneficial to like that kind of cultural type movie. So like I said, I don't want to be one dimensional. So, you know, I do want to make something that's related to hip hop in some sort of way. So yes, the answer is yes. Yeah.
And music just has a strong, like, what I want to say, connection with people. Like, people connect with music and various artists.
For sure.
And what I want to say, genre or whatever, like music just connects with people in a different way, just from them like growing up hearing it, or towards just like being around other people that listen to it, if you know what I mean, in that sense. So music is always powerful with kind of bringing out emotion, especially in films, like you said, like that type of music in the background can kind of bring out emotion, or also connect to people when it's towards, if you want to show some type of happiness, or you know, I was going to say emotion again, but some type of excitement that kind of gets people feeling in a good way.
Yeah, music is very, very important. I think it's overlooked in film too. You know, if you look at the scene without music, you know, it's like, dang, it's not really that good. But music really elevates the scene.
Draws out that natural emotion of the character, and that's how the audience gets more in tune with the film. And that's how we make successful films like you will have in the next few years here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you were not here earlier today, I am joined by Isaac Roberson. And, we're just chatting and talking about what he does. I have some music coming up, and we will be back here on The Daily Function. Welcome back to The Daily Function. I'm Terrell Sattler. I'm joined by Isaac Roberson today. And we've just been chatting, talking about what he does, like film. Like, we had the recent project of Head of the Snake. We talked about that a little bit. And, we're just going to roll into some topics of discussion. Isaac, I got a question for you. What is hip-hop to you?
Hip-hop is, I would say for me, it is, you know...
That's a tough question.
It is a question. I would say it's the most popular genre of music that, of the people I hang around, you know, I think it has a huge impact on society as a whole, because, well, I'll say my friends, you know, most of my friends, you know, say I get in a car or something, hip-hop is being played, or, you know, something like they're working out, hip-hop is being played. You know, I think hip-hop is just a very big popular genre that a lot of people either relate to or they just think it sounds good. But I think it's just one of the most popular genres in the world. That's what hip-hop is to me.
I like that. That's a good answer. Hip-hop, it's just like you said, growing up, it's just always been something part of me and my family. Like I mentioned on my previous show, like hip-hop can really affect like people's lifestyles and what they do. And for example, my uncle, growing up, was an inspired rapper. He still raps today, but looking up to him, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I listen to the same music. You kind of listen to what you're surrounded by with people, like you said, all your friends predominantly listening to hip hop music, and this people around you just plays a big factor in what type of music you listen to, and it's very powerful in a sense that it's just good music. Like I got the bass booming, it's just good, you know. And there's also always downsides to it, but you know, there's downsides to anything in life. But like you said, I do enjoy my hip hop music. You know, my Kodak Black, you know, my Gunna, G Herbo, you know, all my guys. You know. But let's get into it. How has hip hop or rap music affected you, though?
You know, particularly in high school, and I was as a wrestler. Wrestling, as you know, is a very competitive sport and commanding sport.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's very tough, you know, to stay motivated. To, you know, there's a lot of moments you feel like quitting. You know, whether you don't want to get up early or you don't want to cut the weight or you have a tough match coming up. So, you know, or in the practice room, there's been hard practices. Hip hop for me was something that was motivating to me. I could just be like at practice. I remember the coach always play. Mostly it will be hip hop, and every time we're drill moves or wrestle, it'll motivate me to just wrestle the best I can. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like hip hop is one of those genres where you turn up.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't be in the wrestling room and he play a love song. I couldn't just go all out. I need to hear some because hip hop it sounds good, and sometimes there are messages. Sometimes it's like hard rap. It's like just you got that just make it brings a lot out of you. So in wrestling, not even practice room, I could just be in my room thinking about wrestling, winning the big match, and I would have my headphones on, listening to hip hop, and I would be motivated, and it would just make me imagine a vision in my head of me winning. And hip hop, it was just really motivating to me. So that's how it affected me.
Let's you say you threw like hip hop gets the blood going. What happened? Like a love song. What happened? Some R&B play. You got some R. Kelly in your ear, just singing to you. Would that get you?
like in general, or
some genuine, some type of R&B like.
No, you said like in general, in the practice room.
In practice room, I was just trying to.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good, But it just hip hop. I'm tough.
I understand. I feel you.
Good question.
But any artist in particular that you will say is like the person, like a go-to listener when it comes to like, let's just put it in like your everyday life. Like if you're trying to like writing a script. I don't know if you listen to music when you're writing a script or just going to class or anything.
Yeah.
Or like for wrestling instance, like you said in high school, like was there like a go-to artist that you had to play?
About me and music, I listen to a lot. I listen to every genre, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it varies. So a couple names right off the bat is Rod Wave.
I was going to mention him too.
Rod Wave. I usually like mostly when I walk to class. I don't know why I just listen to Rod Wave. It just he's actually like one of my favorite all-time already music artists.
Seriously?
I love Rod Wave. Yeah, he's just his music is so good. It sometimes I don't even relate to it, but it's just good.
Yeah.
Drake is another one that I can listen to a lot, and some people Panic at the Disco. They just ended. Chainsmokers, Shawn Mendes. Like I said.
Okay, so you outside of hip hop too.
Yeah, I'm a whole. I even listen to a lot of female rappers.
Yeah.
Or female artists. So.
Like I said, the Daily Function brings hip hop and R&B taste to hear on UCM The Beat. Yeah. Only on UCM The Beat, like I like to say. Only on the UCM The Beat. But I don't bash any other genre at all. I like to say myself, I listen to all types of genre of music. But in a sense, hip hop is the one that gravitates to me the most, and it's something I could connect more to, and I have more knowledge about. Right. Something that could slowly fall off my tongue with like just talking about it. Like I could just sit right here and we could have a conversation about who's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So that brings us to our next question: Who is the greatest of all time?
Hey man, my GOAT, and it will never change.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
In the hip hop industry, in the rap industry, Eminem is my GOAT. He is the greatest rapper of all time.
Crickets.
Eminem. Marshall Bruce Madison III.
Eminem. Okay, so I mean, if you say Eminem, give us a reason.
Okay, so look, I have two of them. So first, I'm gonna start with the cultural impact.
Okay. Yeah.
He is a white rapper in a black man's game, right? So it's kind of like reverse. We hear storylines about usually the black guy going in a white field. Something like college, college. Example, college. Most colleges, if it's not HBCU, are predominantly white, and a black man or a black female going into a white field. It's something motivating about that. It's like a big flex. But with music, Eminem was a white rapper heading into a black man's game, and he had all this success.
Yeah.
He has all this success. I mean, he's.
I can't argue with that. I mean, Eminem is most definitely he's up there. I put him in my top. 15.
He's top one, but
he's top 15.
He's top two, not one.
Top 10.
But he paved the way for white rappers like Machine Gun Kelly, Yellow Wolf, and probably.
Oh wait, I don't know. You just said Machine Gun Kelly.
I mean,
the same dude that Eminem ended his career. He made Machine Gun Kelly switch genres. He's singing. He's a rock and roll star now.
Eminem makes people change genres. But my next argument why he's the greatest of all time is, in sports there's an argument, especially in NBA. NBA, who's the GOAT? You always hear LeBron and Jordan.
Yeah.
A lot of factors is championships, right?
Yeah.
So my championships in the music industry is selling, top selling artists.
Yeah.
And Eminem is number one in all time.
Seriously, I didn't know
All
that.
time selling artist. So
We learn something every day.
Yeah, so that's my championships when it comes to, I look at stats a lot. So if we're talking about statistics, you look up on Google, Eminem is number one.
Uh-huh.
You can look at 10 different sources. Eminem is number one. And, he's my all-time favorite rapper. He was one of those artists I listened to for motivation, Till I Collapse, Not Afraid, all those, Mockingbird. He's made great songs, and, he's just a good rapper, I know,
Okay.
like, our friend Ryan, he hates him. He does Eminem.
Yeah.
He says stupid things. But, like, I mean, he's a good rapper, Stats show it. So he's my GOAT. Who's your GOAT?
My GOAT? That's a good question.
I feel like
there's a lot of great, hip hop / rapper artists out there. It's kind of tough. Like right now, my favorite right now is Drake. But if we talk about the history, we could go into depth. We could bring out
Jay-Z,
Biggie, Tupac,
Notorious,
Nas.
Yeah,
Nas is my top 3. He's up there. That's what I'm saying. Like Eminem, not even top 15.
That's
there's
actually
so many.
That's
other,
actually
like,
crazy.
we got 50 Cent, The Game. Who else that
Lil
I can
Wayne's
name?
up there.
Kanye is up there for what?
Yeah.
J. Cole. These are some of the new J. Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, and then it's a lot of people that
Jay-Z.
I can't really name off the top
Jay-Z's
of my
up
head,
there.
but I know it's more.
Yeah, it's
And more, and Eminem it just can't fit that top 15. Sadly, he's up there though. I'm not gonna discredit Eminem at all because he most definitely has top selling songs that everybody sings to this day in movies and everything. But in a sense,
So you think J. Cole's better than Eminem?
when we talking about selling, like you was talking about with like selling stuff and stats and the statistics of everything, I would say Eminem most definitely has a longer. I mean, of course, his career has been longer and
started
more.
In 1990s,
Yeah.
80s.
So, but J. Cole overall, I think I like J.
Is a
Cole
better yeah.
than Eminem. If that's giving you the answer to that question, I know
Yeah, I
kind
got
of
you.
went a little depth with
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
overall, career-wise, Eminem by far. But like what J. Cole has been producing over the years, most definitely J. Cole will get to the point where he's most definitely considered top 5 or better yet, the greatest of all time for sure. So in a sense, that's how I want to bring it to.
I know Drake is a big one too. He also has that impact over the world. So and Kanye. Kanye for sure.
But you are listening to the Daily Function. I'm here with Isaac. Yeah, we just been chatting about music. Who's the GOAT?
Yeah.
Favorite artists. We will be back to talk about Isaac's top 5 artists since he just asked me. And like I said, you're listening to the Daily Function. I got some music coming up, and we will be back. You are listening to the Daily Function. If you are now tuning in, I got Isaac Roberson here with me, and we just been chilling, chatting, talking about music. So you just asked me who my favorite artist was, the GOAT. Let's move it towards top 5 music artists, if you can name top 5 at all.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard naming top 5 people.
It's very hard. It's very hard with rappers. I mean, it's so
Should
many
I dim it
great
to
ones.
3, or you could name 5? I wouldn't blame you throwing some like current artists now.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, like Jay-Z's up there in my top 5. Yeah, I mean, there's.
So let me help you out here. We got Eminem. He's gonna be your one.
He's my one.
We got Jay-Z. Is he 2? Rod Wave.
Nah, we're already not no top now.
No, ain't no top.
I think. Look, let's put for me.
Okay,
let's
just put like favorite artists then. We
Okay,
ain't gonna
okay,
put top 5.
yeah, let's
I know
do
that's
no
hard
order.
to answer on the spot.
Let's do no order, and these are like
No order.
top. These are 5 great rappers, just all time, ever. No order. Just you got Eminem, you got Drake, Jay-Z. Let's put who was I said earlier? Eazy-E.
Eazy-E. Ooh.
Eazy-E's up there, and he's Nas is up there too. Nas is up there for sure. Yeah, and so
No New Day rappers, no Polo G, no Lil
no,
Uzi,
I can't.
no G Herbo, no Gunna, no Young Thug,
no Young Boy, no
Young Boy.
I can't put them up there yet. I mean, Young Boy has an argument, Young Boy, he has a little bit of argument, but I just can't put those people up there yet. Maybe in the next 5 years, maybe. But what what makes a lot of rappers great, like like Lil Wayne, I mentioned him, Lil Wayne, Drake, Eminem. It's the longevity, of their careers.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for decades and decades, so I can't put rappers like Polo G.
You can't put all the
I can't put them up there yet,
because they need to.
Yeah.
Keep it
I mean,
going.
J. Cole's up there, J. Cole, he's been in the game for, some time, but like these new day Migos. Hey man, R.I.P.
Gucci.
man.
What about Gucci Mane?
Gucci man. He's honorable mention.
Not
He's
Gucci.
He's honorable mention. He's
Not
honorable
Gucci.
mention. Kendrick Lamar. He's a very good rapper. Kendrick Lamar.
So I'm like, did you say 5 yet? Because I kind of got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Repeat the 5 for us.
So
one
we
more
got
time.
Eminem, Drake, Jay-Z, Nas,
and
Eazy-E.
Eazy-E.
Yeah, we'll do those 5.
Okay.
With a lot of good honorable mentions.
With a lot of good
A lot of good
mentions.
mentions. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. But in a sense, I got some more questions to
Okay.
ask you since we talking about
Yeah.
superstars and just like the impact of hip hop on the community. Let's go to the side where it's talking about the culture.
Mhm.
Like, how has hip hop affected like the culture? Like, we mentioned it, but
Mhm.
like, how do you think hip hop is helping like the culture out?
Helping.
Yeah. Like, how does it impact and influence the
Mhm.
culture in ways?
Well, in every genre, especially hip hop, though, there's always like messages. There's messages, and a lot of times it's about, not a lot of times, but let's just say, at times there's about growing up poor or having money or, having sex with females.
Mhm.
I just feel like, it goes back to the motivational thing. It's like if I hear a rap song, especially like somebody I really like, I take that and it's in my brain and it makes me go in the real world and try to kind of have that confidence of what they're saying, and it translates into real world effects.
Yeah.
Like say a rapper says, I just F 2 B words.
Yeah.
I'm that N. You know what I'm saying? Like people will listen to them like, oh yeah, like I'm him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they'll take it in there and they'll go in the real world.
Well, let's stop you there.
Uh-huh.
That could be seen in a negative light.
Negative light, right?
Because rap and
Yeah.
in the hip hop community, that stuff could kind of be. I mean, it is
Right.
disrespectful, and it could also lead the youth in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Not to be talking about negative things, but like in life, everything is either one or the other. So, and that like how you explain how they got you being like you feel like you're him nowadays. Him for
Yeah.
those out there that don't mean with him, that means you're pretty much that guy. Like, you're number one type of deal. That's what him is. Like you're that guy.
Yeah.
But in a sense, it's like kind of giving these kids like the wrong idea or wrong impression of who they are, and then they go out there and try to be somebody.
that they're really not,
that they're
or
really
they're
not.
not really fit for that type of lifestyle. That happens a lot of times too.
Yeah.
It's like, hip hop is a lifestyle too. People who rap a lot are actually rapping about things that they've been through, and the struggle, the struggle type of things, and people who hasn't been in that type of lifestyle, they listen to it, think it's cool, and maybe try to go on the real and try to be someone they're not.
Yeah.
But
that's something I always stress and like want to make, let it be known that hip hop, in a sense, although it has these sort of negative, outcomes and impacts and ideas that people want to prophesize and get out there, it's like it's still good for the community, but it also is bad in a sense because some kids just don't understand. Like with me, I don't know how, just the way my mind works. Like I just listen to music because it just sounds good.
Sounds good, yeah.
I dive more into the depth of like the bass and the actual
beats
like the
and-
beat and everything that's going
how
on
it
with
sounds,
it. Sometimes the music is just like adding to it. I really
Right.
like the whole. It's just a made up song in a
Right,
sense. Like
right.
of course some rappers be actually rapping about what they do, but in a sense it's still something they wrote down on a piece of paper and kind of came up with to rhyme and flow and just to sound good.
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff just sounds good. The way you say certain things is not actually the truth in the matter. So You know, always the way I just think about it, I'm just listening to it because I like how it sounds. You know, in a sense, that doesn't make me want to get up and start, you know, robbing banks or doing other such and such, such and such and such and such. You know, it's just in a sense.
I can relate to that a lot too. Yeah.
But like I said, man, Isaac, I'm glad you joined me here on the Daily Function. It was
a pleasure, man.
Great chatting up with you, only for 30 minutes. You know, I wish we could talk a little bit longer. We got so much more to talk about, and we're gonna have to get you back on the Daily Function.
We're gonna be back. I promise you that we're gonna be back.
You're gonna be back.
We're
gonna be back. So before we let you go, and thank you again, like I said, for being on Daily Function. Before we let you go, do you have anything you want to say?
I don't, but well, I guess so. I just want to thank you for having me again. Like I said, I definitely want to be back. It's always good talking about different topics, you know, whether it's music, movies, life, anything like that. It's always good to sit down and, you know, share your interests and talk about things and, you know, hear you talk and hear me talk and just collaborate. So it's fun. I'll be back.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you all for tuning to the Daily Function. Like I said, we have a new updated time this year, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So don't miss it. Only on UC and the Beat. I need you guys to be there. I will be active every week. New weekly interviews will be posted on the Daily Function YouTube every Tuesday after being aired on the show. So at 8 p.m. on YouTube, look forward to a YouTube video being out, and you could just see us, actual visual, talking, chatting up, and chilling. And thank you all for listening to the Daily Function. I'm your host, Terrell Sattler. I'll see you next week.
See ya.